And do you know what the bears were really whispering about? Why, nothing at all. Don't you know? Bears can't talk. This is so bogus, Crazy Megan scoffs. What's he going to think about you now? But the doctor calmly asked, and the story was upsetting? Yeah. Why? I don't know. Maybe because everybody's lives got ruined for no reason. But there was a reason for it. Megan shrugged. He continued, the town was destroyed because people projected their own pettiness and jealousy and aggression on some innocents. That's the moral of the story. How people destroy themselves. I guess, but I was just thinking it wasn't much of a kid's story. I guess I wanted The Lion King or 101 Dalmatians. She smiled, but Peters didn't. He looked at her closely. What happened after your father finished it? Why did he ask that? She wondered. Why? Megan shrugged again. That's all. Bett came and picked me up and I went home. This is hard, isn't it, Megan? Get a clue. Quiet. She looked at Dr. Peters. Yeah, I guess. Would it be easier to write down your feelings? A lot of my patients do that. There's some paper. She took the sheets he nodded toward and rested them on a booklet he pushed forward for her to write on. Reluctantly, Megan picked up a pen. She stared at the paper. I don't know what to say. Say what you feel. I don't know how I feel. Yes, you do. He leaned close. I think you're just afraid to admit it. Well, say whatever comes into your mind, anything. Say something to your mother first. Write a letter to her. Go. Another wave of that scalding heat. Spotlight on Crazy Megan. He whispered, Go deep. I can't think. Pick one thing. Why are you so angry with her? I'm not. Yes, you are. She clenched her fist. Because... Why? I don't know. Because she goes out with these young men. It's like she thinks she can cast spells on them. So what? He challenged her. She can date who she wants. She's single. What's really pissing you off? I don't know. Yes, you do, he shot back. Well, she's just a businesswoman, and she's engaged to this dweeb. She's not a fairy princess at all like she'd like to be. She's not a cover girl. But she wears an exotic image. Why does she do that? I guess to make herself happy. She wants to be pretty and young forever. She thinks this asshole Brad's going to make her happy, but he isn't. She's greedy? Is that what you're saying? Yes, Megan cried. That's it. She doesn't care about me. The night on the water tower, she was at Brad's and she was supposed to call me, but she didn't. Who? Her fiancés? Yes, she went up there to Baltimore and she never called. They were fucking, I'll bet. And she forgot about me. It was just like when I was little. She'd leave me alone all the time. By yourself? No, with sitters, my uncle mostly. Which uncle? My Aunt Susan's husband, my mom's twin sister. She's been real sick most of her life, I told you. And Bett spent all her time with her in the hospital when I was young. Uncle Harris had babysat me. He was real nice, but you missed your mother. I wanted her to be with me. She said it was only for a little while because Aunt Susan was real sick. She said she and Susan were totally close. Nobody was closer to her than her sister. He shook his head, seemed horrified. She said that to you? Her own daughter? Megan nodded. You should have been the person closest to her in the world. These words gripped her by the throat. She wiped more tears and struggled for breath. Finally she continued, Aunt Susan would do anything to have kids, but she couldn't, because of her heart. And here Mom got pregnant with me, and Susan felt real bad about that, so Mom spent a lot of time with her. There's no excuse for neglecting children. None. Absolutely none. Megan snagged a Kleenex and wiped her face. And you didn't let yourself be angry. Why not? Because my